President's executive order to immediately end remote work for federal workers. Now, we know this impacts so many of you in the D.C. region, more than 300,000 in our area. And there are a lot of questions about what all of this will mean going forward.
Yeah, and we are committed to reporting on all the impacts on all of these changes. And our Scott Broom is following the situation for us tonight.
At least 1,300 people work out of the Department of Homeland Security headquarters on the old St. Elizabeth campus in Southeast Washington. DHS was among the first agencies to hit employees with a memo demanding an end to telework, according to a memo first obtained by ABC News. According to the document, nearly 29% of hours work for FEMA and more than 24% of hours work for the U.S. Coast Guard, both DHS agencies, as well as nearly 40% of the department's cybersecurity work have been done remote. DHS calls the numbers unacceptable. But Maryland's Democratic Congressman Glenn Ivey, who represents nearly 47,000 federal employees who live in his district, questions the president's motives.
It looks like the plan is to sort of by attrition replace, actual civil servants who have the experience and expertise to do the work with new political appointments. I'm concerned that many of them might be political hacks, frankly.
These back to office mandates represent hundreds of millions of dollars in a new economic jolt to the DC metro area.
John Boyd Jr. is a site selection consultant with clients including government agency. He applauds the executive order.
Hundreds of thousands of federal workers back in the office Monday through Friday, spending money on transportation, retail, restaurants, supporting other local businesses, and joining the overall trend towards back in the office. This is the prevailing trend in corporate America. Over 80% of publicly traded companies expect to have new back to office mandates in place by the end of this year.
I don't have any objections to trying to help the local economy here in the District of Columbia, but that's not what federal workers' primary mission is. They're supposed to be doing the work of the American people, making the government work for all of us, not necessarily just providing assistance to the local economy.
In the meantime, at least two major federal employee unions have already filed lawsuits challenging the president's executive order, which also includes reclassifying tens of thousands of policy-related federal workers so they can be fired, which one union called, quote, a blatant attempt to corrupt the federal government by eliminating employees' due process rights. Scott Broom, WUSA9.
Now, the biggest federal employee union is saying tonight that workers who are ordered back to the office should comply, but immediately file a union grievance if the request violates their union collective bargaining agreement.